Today we're going to be making chocolate cookies. These don't use any eggs, which is really convenient in case you don't have any around, but they're super easy to whip together. You're going to start with 1/4 cup butter, which is half a stick, and you want to have this softened to room temperature so that you can easily mash it with a spatula or a wooden spoon. You're going to add to that 3/4 cup of white granulated sugar. Alright, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and 1 tablespoon of water. Now I have about 3 tablespoons in this little dish that we will add later, but for now we're just going to add 1 tablespoon. You're going to start by just mixing that together with a spatula or wooden spoon like you would anything else. So once this comes together with the spatula, I'm going to switch to a fork. But you just want to use this kind of motion like you're whisking or whipping eggs, and you just want to keep doing this until things are completely combined and it looks a little bit lighter and whippier than it does now. Alright, so I've switched back to the spatula now because the butter and sugar mixture is much lighter and creamier. It's also fluffier. You can see it takes up a lot more volume in the bowl. So now we're just going to add the remaining 2 tablespoons of water. And we're just going to mix that to combine. Alright, once the water and butter mixture is fully combined, we're just going to set that aside for right now. In a smaller bowl, you're going to want to mix together 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup cocoa powder. I have 1/2 teaspoon baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon salt. And you just want to combine those. You can sift them together if your cocoa powder has a lot of lumps in it, but I just use a wooden spoon to mix it. Alright, you can see that the flour and cocoa are pretty well combined. So now we're going to slowly add our flour cocoa mixture to the butter sugar mixture. You want to do just a little bit at a time, 1/3 to 1/2. Especially if you're using an electric hand mixer or stand mixer, otherwise the flour and cocoa will fly all over. So you just want to mix to combine and then add the rest and combine that as well. Alright, we have finished mixing our cookie dough, and it is a little bit of a drier cookie dough, so don't be worried about that. That's how it should look. Now you're going to want to take a greased cookie sheet, or you can line it with parchment paper, and just drop rounded teaspoonfuls of cookie dough onto the cookie sheet. You want to have them far enough apart so if they spread a little bit, they don't run into each other. Once you have all the cookie dough placed on the baking sheet, you'll want to stick it in a 400-degree oven for about 10 minutes. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes and our cookies are done. You'll see that they're a little puffy when they first come out of the oven, but they will flatten as they cool, and they're nice and set and crinkly on top, so you'll want to wait a few minutes before moving them to a cooling rack to finish cooling. Alright, our cookies are moved to a wire rack to finish cooling, although they're nice and warm now and will be great with some ice cold milk. They're a perfect snack or dessert after a long day of adventuring.